Welcome to NefariousCast.com. I'm Joshua, and I'm going to be your host tonight. And we're going to do just a quickie little video. We missed last week due to some technical difficulties. As you can see, we've switched out one of the mics. After the last episode I did, I realized that some of the audio was off on when I'm doing the voiceovers. And so I realized I needed to get a mic that was better suited for voiceovers. The two mics I have at the time are really great for broadcast, but when you're doing voiceovers, you really want something like a large diaphragm or medium diaphragm condenser microphone. It's the same one that people use for vocals when they're singing, as well as many other tasks. So that's what this is. I got a Audio-Technica 4040, and it's working out great. I also had the 4033. I did get two because I didn't know which one I would like better. Both of them sounded great, but essentially we're trying new tech out tonight, and we're trying to get a new episode out. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. We're just going to kind of go through our week. I really didn't have a whole lot planned to talk about. I've been very busy. My new job with the company I'm with is picking up. There's a lot that it entails. Definitely a different switch from what I used to do. That is for sure. A lot more administrative things, it's great. I don't have to be the one doing all the work, but on the flip side of it, there is a ton of paperwork that has to be done, and it is sometimes pretty monstrous. But everything's going great. Love it. I absolutely love it. Love the people I work with. Did get some test results back. Take a look. All right. So that's what a week of cramming and doing nothing but studying will get you. I crushed it. It was awesome. I pretty much figured it was going to be pretty close. Only missed a couple of questions. I believe it was only two. Might have been three, but I'm pretty sure it was just two. They pulled a certain out of the 8 tests that you have to do, the procedures that you have to do. The actual written test pulled questions from each 8 processes, and how many questions it was kind of varied. So one section could have 10 questions pulled out of it, whereas another one could only have 5. So some of those questions were worth a healthy amount of points, and when you can't get lower, I think it was then a 63. Literally in some sections, if you missed 2, you were done. That's the end of the written test, and you would have to come back and take that again. So, I did pretty well. Only missed 2. Kind of figured I did. If you only have a week to study like I did, I studied what was I deemed it more important. And there was a couple of questions that involved some formulas. I just flat out took a guess. I probably could have did it a little better and maybe got 100% on everything, but literally they give you an hour to take the written. I got done in 22 minutes, and the sooner you got done, the sooner they were starting to call people to do the actual performance exams. And I kind of figured that, if I can hurry up and get this test done, I could start that and maybe get out somewhere around lunch. Yeah, that didn't happen. So, I ended up being the last one, and that was more because they had chosen people they knew that had taken a previous class and things that I wasn't privy to, and they kind of took their favorites at that point. But hey, such is life. As you can see, did pretty well, and I'm pretty thankful for all the help I got from above, and just the way God makes people. Some of us He makes to be able to handle the challenge. So, got to give kudos to God on that one. But in any case, just wanting to talk about the week. I fully intended to do a episode on pride, just wasn't feeling it. Honestly, there's a lot to be said on the topic of pride. It's definitely something that can be good and bad, but at the same time, I ran through a couple takes and I just was not feeling that conversation at all. Wanted to talk about abortion. That's another hot topic. There's a lot of discussion in our world and our society today about abortion and exactly how far we should go with that. Own personal opinion on that. Once the brain is developed, once the brain inside of a child is starting to get developed and there's a little brain in there, I think that you're done as far as your options for abortion, because I believe that the brain and houses the soul. It houses who we are. And the minute that starts to collect information, whether it's sensory stimuli from inside the mother, or, as we go on later in life, all the different experiences we have, once that brain is there, you're done. That's my personal opinion. You're not allowed to have any type of say over that. And for all the women that say it's your body, you're absolutely right. Until that brain's there, and then it's not your body; it's both of your body. So you have to take into account that other person that you elected to have sex and then make. I guess we are talking about abortion today. There's all sorts of things you can do. Obviously being responsible about who you're with is one thing. I've paid for the morning after pill, several times. That should be the first topic of discussion the next morning, the morning after. You have your fun the night before, but the morning after, if you are not prepared, you didn't take precautions, you're not on birth control, he's not taking precautions, then the first topic of discussion, if it is something that concerns you, should be that morning after pill. And guys, you should be the one paying for it. I'm going to tell you that right now. Last time I paid for it, it was $40-some. Best $40-some I ever spent. In some cases, granted, there's some times that I would have been okay if that individual had come up to me and said, "Hey, we're having a kid." There's a few people in my life that I'd have been like, well, "Okay, that's pretty cool. Let's run with it." There's a few people that they were fun, wouldn't want to marry them though. So, guys, part of your responsibility is either you take precautions, she takes precautions, you have that discussion. This day and age, there's no excuse as to why you can't talk to each other about contraception and birth control. And if two people elect to, go forward, morning after pill, that's the easiest thing to do. You go down to Walgreens. I personally think that they're marking that pill up. You probably could get it for $10. It probably only costs them like $5, if anything, to make. That should be one of the cheapest pills out there. So, talk to the manufacturers, talk to, society, figure it out, drop that price. This way, even a crackhead can go take his last $10 and, go down and get the morning after pill for the crackette that he just hammered away with. But in any case, that's my personal opinions on abortion. Once the brain's there, it's a done deal. Leave it alone. Until that happens, when cells are just dividing and things like that, and there's no development in the brain and things, all right, your choice, your decision, whatever. But it shouldn't get that far. You've had sex. Yeah, there's other circumstances. Obviously they say, well, what if you're raped? Well, if you're raped, go to the fucking doctor and then go get the morning after pill. I mean, why the hell would you wait on that? The argument just isn't there. There's no argument unless you get knocked up and have sex or get raped and then go into a fucking coma and you can't get to that morning after pill to say that, well, what if this, what if that? I mean, if you're fully conscious and have a brain in your head, you know what you did. Guys, like I said, you go that route with a girl, you should be paying for the morning after pill. Very least, I've even paid for birth control for women before. I got no problem with that. You know, it's those decisions that you need to make to be responsible. And if you're not willing to make those decisions, keep your dick out of her. Women, don't jump on every dick you want to have, you know, ride like a cowgirl. You know, that's just the way it should be. I mean, you might not like how I'm putting this, but this is the discussion that should be happening. I mean, you can look at things any way you want, but it all comes down to the same thing: responsibility with your actions. Nobody's a dummy. Nobody's stupid. So what's the discussion we're having? About when? I already told you my opinion. As soon as there's a brain in there that can house the soul, that can start registering information, it's a done deal. Can't mess with it. Can't touch it. So that's all I have to say today. Kind of didn't start out that way, but hey, I guess if you get fired up enough, you start talking about stuff, that's just the way it goes. So in any case, I want to thank everybody for watching. Thanks for coming back. Again, I apologize for last weekend. We had some technical difficulties. I had some technical difficulties. You know, it's just one of those things that happens. But appreciate everybody watching the channel. Appreciate everybody. Well, nobody's really chiming in, so, you know, you're just going to hear me spouting off about stuff, and if it pisses you off, then write in. There's an email right at the bottom of the screen. So, don't know what to tell you. You know, you could have an opinion on this show. You'll be nice and anonymous. Won't mention your name unless you want me to. If you just want me to mention your first name, or you have some avatar name like Madam X or something, we can work with it. So, you know, let me know. You know, put your opinion on here. We'll talk about it. We'll discuss it. Write me a lengthy letter, you know, an email. I don't care. I'll print them out and we'll go through it step by step and have a little discussion. We can each start doing some homework and see how everybody responds to it. So in any case, I want to thank everybody for chiming in. I want to thank everybody for watching and supporting this channel. It's been awesome so far. A lot of great learning experience as far as tech and everything. We're going to continue to try and make things better. As I said, I bought 2 mics to be able to do voiceover a lot better. So hopefully that will work out better. I want to include some more in there. Unfortunately, due to work, I'm pretty busy these days, and being that this doesn't pay anything, you know, I've got to put my priorities where they belong, but I absolutely want to strive to get these episodes out and to kind of make you think during your week, you know, about the things we talk about. You know, what is your opinion on our discussions and the topics? How do you feel about things? You know, maybe there's something that helps you in your week. So, again, thanks for tuning in, and as always, I'll see you when I see you.